Alright. Hello everyone, my name is Paul Samayoyi, and we're back for another edition of Pokemon Y Shiny Hunting. This will be for Tirtouga, and this is, yeah, get right into it. So the nickname I would want to have when I find the shiny Tirtouga will actually be Mintuga, because it's like a mint color, so I was like, you know what, mint, and then Tirtouga starts with a T, Mintuga. Pretty simple. So, yeah. So this episode's topic is by me. It's actually about a new show that I've known about for a very long time. It's actually a cartoon, um, and it's a very interesting one. It's called Chaotic, and it pretty much is about, how would I explain? It's like monsters. It's like your basic, role-playing game type things, where it's like virtual console these days, but they actually go in a world where it's like a community, like on their phones, and it's called like the Chaotic Community, and they go in there and they are controlling as the monsters that they choose, um, and they can fight with others who are also playing the game, and also they can like explore different worlds that were uninhabited before, and scan new items and stuff to use in their battles, because you pretty much have to go and explore on your own in dangerous territory to where these chaotic monsters to their own universe where they live. And it's a really cool show. It's a really cool one. I don't think it has that many episodes. I think it has like 80 or something. It's been a long time since I watched it. I didn't even watch it when I put it in the list of shows I like to watch, because I just know that it was a show back then that I would love to watch again. Um, yeah, it's a good one. It is definitely a good one. So if you're ever looking for just a good show like that, just a good classic cartoon, then go for that one. It's a pretty sweet one. So, yeah, what I was able to do yesterday, I did some more stuff on Minecraft. It's pretty awesome. I made it all the way and found the Ender Portal and the End Stronghold. Um, and it was very tough. It was like hidden. Pretty much, if you can't find the Ender Portal, I'm giving you some advice right now. If you can't find it in the Ender Stronghold, just pretty much dig through places that you think are dead ends, or just dig through like the mossy brick that it's made out of, because most likely you'll find it. So yeah, most likely, because that's how I did it. I just like dug down into like some of the areas that had the mossy stone, and then I just landed right above the room. So it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. And then I also stacked up on tons of arrows. I pretty much went and got a stack of gravel and just kept going until I got a stack of flint. So now I have about 4 stacks of 64 arrows. So I'm all good on arrows for the Ender Dragon. And I pretty much just need to go get 10 Ender Pearls so that I can fill in the portal frames, um, to, actually go in the end. So it's pretty sweet. I'm pretty close. Shouldn't take that long, of course. And the Endermen are pretty rare, and they also don't always drop Ender Pearls. And since I have a Fire Aspect 2 sword, most of the time they've been getting away, so I should actually be smart and take it seriously, and actually, not hit them with the Fire Aspect sword. I'll just use my Diamond Pickaxe, because that has, like, mending on a minus that takes durability. Um, Probably my second strongest thing anyways, besides the bow, because, projectiles, when you hit them with that, they just immediately teleport, so it's like, that's not gonna work. So, yeah. So anyways, yeah, so then I learned how to use coordinates, how to teleport and stuff to them. So pretty much, there's like a first half to like the number, and then it shows like a little comma or a period, and then the numbers after that. Pretty much only do the first numbers, don't do the numbers after. So yeah, that's pretty much, because I was like typing the full number, and then it says that you can't use a parentheses, so I was just all combining it together, and it completely teleports you to a different place, to where it's not the place that you wanted. So, yeah, you gotta be careful with that. So that's how that works. So yeah, but either ways, I'm just really close. Mainly just grinding up experience, but also exploring for the ocean biome to find the Elder Guardian Stronghold, because I've got the Depth Strider 3. I'm all good to take that thing on. I just actually have to find it. That's going to be the tough part for some reason. So yeah. And then of course getting those 10 Ender Pearls, because I have plenty of Blaze Rods. I don't have to worry about that ever. So I have like over 2 stacks. and it only takes one blaze powder, and one blaze rod equals two blaze powder. So yeah, I'm good. And if I ever need to, I can just go to the Nether to grind. In If I ever told you, when I entered the Nether portal, the Nether fortress is actually right next to the portal, which was so convenient. Like seriously, usually it's like really hard to find those things, but for me, I just got really lucky. So that's awesome. Um, and the cool thing about the Ender Dragon is, I don't know if I told you, but for like a while, and like I don't know when they added this. I remember looking up like the version history and all that, just in case there's like other bosses that I don't know about in the version that I'm playing, 1.12.2, because I got to make sure to always have Optifine on, because my computer, without Optifine, it just Minecraft is so laggy, so I just have to have Optifine. So that's why it says there's 1.3 Forge, but I tried that. It didn't really work. Like it says it was installed and stuff, but it didn't have Optifine showing in the options and stuff. It's pretty much like it was Minecraft with no mods, so it's still in beta. It just like doesn't work. So that's why I went the version under that. So that's why I'm playing in 1.12.2. So that's the latest one I can use to Forge and Optifine with. They have Optifine for 1.3. I think even 1.4 as well, but it just they don't have Forge for that yet. So it's like that actually works. I mean, that I know of. But pretty much after I finish up the survival world, defeating the Wither, defeating the Elder Guardian, and the Ender Dragon, once I defeat that, I actually plan on just going to back to 1.7.10, unless the Bleach mod, which I'm pretty sure is still made by Little Bread Loaf, that's the mod creator of that mod. I believe that it's still only for 1.7.10, so I'm just gonna stick in that version and then have another mod called Sekwa's, I think Sekawa or Sekwa's Naruto mod, where you can pretty much do jutsus, like fireball jutsu and water bullet jutsu, and have like a bunch of Naruto type things, items in there. So it's pretty sweet. And also, yeah, and you can do other jutsus like water king jutsu, chakra dash, which pretty much you activate the button and it uses up your chakra, but you go like really fast. Um, and then you also have, what else do you have? You also have substitution jutsu. You've got shadow clone jutsu, which is awesome. But it's like pretty much having two clones of yourself, except they only have one health each, but they pretty much attack stuff that attack you or stuff that you attack. They only have one health, and even if they don't get hit, they eventually disappear after a while, so it's whatever with that. But it's still really cool. It's such a cool mod. Very fun just to have attacks like that without even having to, just right off the bat in the world is awesome. And then the Bleach mod, if you haven't seen that, man, it's pretty much, if you've seen the Bleach anime, yeah, all the stuff in there pretty much you have in that mod. So it's like you have the masks, you have the hollows, you have the Wako Mundu dimension. I think you have to go in creative mode to actually get to that, but it's doesn't have that much stuff, but it's still a dimension, which is pretty cool. And then in the Nether, pretty much it's filled with Menos Grandes. So yeah, if you're not doing so good on like lag wise when you just go in the Nether normally, um, don't go in the Nether when you have the Bleach mod on, because there's gonna be pretty much, it's gonna be like a city of just Menos Grande everywhere, and they're constantly dying as well. I don't think they have fire resistance, so they pretty much just burn in the lava. So you just hear a bunch of like, it sounds like an Ender Dragon being defeated. That's what it sounds like when they're defeated. And they're very tall. If you haven't seen the anime, they're pretty much the size of like a Minecraft mountain. That's pretty much how tall they are. And they're very powerful as well. So it's mainly good to like, the one that I picked the class, I picked a Quincy when I started out in the world with the Bleach mod. Just mainly so I can have that amazing bow just to summon it and just rapid fire. And then I just have like you can have like a Zilla Schneider, that's what it's called. The pretty much the energy sword. So it's pretty cool. And then you can also use that as like an explosion arrow. So when you have that activated and you shoot it, it actually makes an explosion and breaks blocks in the ground. Of course, you've got the Zanpakuto if you become a Shinigami, which you can like transform your sword and stuff. That's all cool. But you also, the main thing I love about that mod is the mask. Now the half mask specifically, it takes 9 mask shards, pretty much a full crafting table, and you get the half mask, and it drains away your. You have an energy system for the Naruto mod and the energy system for Bleach. Naruto mod is chakra, of course, And then for Bleach, it's the spiritual power or spiritual um, what is it called? Something um, I think something pressure, spiritual pressure. I think that's what it's called. And that's pretty much the higher than you have, it's like your energy. So pretty much all of your weapons, and when you take damage, it also like takes away from your energy. So you have a lot more chances to live and just won't die that often. So it's like it's a really good one. It's a really good mod having those two mods together, and I'm just only gonna have those and then Optifine. But I was also thinking of putting in custom NPCs because I'm thinking about making my adventure map. Because a while ago when I used to play Pixelmon, I was making an adventure map called The Legend of Instamayoi. But I'm actually just gonna make an adventure map just on survival and the story of Lou, Mystery, and me. Um, me being Paul, of course. um, but yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Of course, I'm only going to do that once I actually finish being vanilla Minecraft once, which I'm like I said, I'm pretty close, but I don't know when it's going to happen because I still got a lot more grinding to do. And if I have like 3 enchanting golden apples, did I tell you that already? Um, I think I told you that. Yeah, I did that the day before yesterday, so I'm sure I told you. But pretty much that's a one. That's one for each of the bosses. So if I need to use it, I'll use it. Of course, I'm not going to hold back on that. Hello Goblin. I have a tent inside because it is where I sleep, and I like it because it's like your own world. Pretty much my bed, pretty much. So that's why. If you're interested, I can tell you why I don't use a normal bed. I used to sleep in a normal bed back in the day, but it's been about like a year or 2 years since I just slept in a tent instead of a bed, and there's a certain reason why. But I don't mind telling you. All right, so I'm assuming you want to hear why. I'll just tell you anyway. So pretty much, back when I did have a mattress that I used to sleep on, like usual people sleep on mattress. Um, I used to do a lot of crunches and sit-ups only on my bed. So one time I was just doing sit-ups and crunches like usual, and then out of nowhere I felt like something poked my back, and I realized that I saw like a spring that was poking out of my mattress. So I was like, okay, nope, that's not happening. So I just never gonna sleep on a mattress with a spring inside again, because thankfully I didn't get paralyzed for life. But yeah, so that's pretty much why I sleep in a tent, and because it can protect me from like spiders, because you zip it up and everything, and it's like you're inside it. So I'm gonna do this last encounter, and then I'm gonna end off this part. The stream will keep continuing, Goblin, but this is for YouTube, so I will end off 489